When it comes to card sleeves for your Magic the Gathering and other collectible card games, there's an astonishing variety of choices. So much so that my previous 5 card sleeve review videos have still not covered all that is available to cover your sleeves. In this video, I will compare and contrast the brand new Dragon Shield Fusion style sleeves with what appears to be UltraPro's attempt to finally slay the dragon, the UltraPro Premium Slayer sleeves. I'll also examine the continued line of flat Dragon Shield sleeves, the Coppers, made in the same flat style as the turquoise released earlier this year. Finally, since we're looking at Dragon style premium protection, I'll explore Legion's own attempt as well, the Elder Dragon Lair sleeves, which not only come in packs of 100, but also with dice in a box capable of holding 4 commander decks. There's a lot to cover here, pun intended, so let's take a look. Earlier in the year, Dragon Shield got a lot of attention by releasing a new style of sleeve, the turquoise, which lay flat as opposed to having the typical Dragon Shield curl. Many players asked the question, will Dragon Shield continue to release more colors in this new style? Now we know the answer is yes. The Coppers lie flat just like the turquoise. Unlike the turquoise, they have a darker, completely opaque back. As with the turquoise, the Coppers lying flat make double sleeving a breeze. Like the turquoise, the Coppers are not as tough as the old style, and while I would not say they split easily, they are indeed capable of it. Pros: lay flat, easier to double sleeve, thick, firm sleeve, easier to mash shuffle than classic, opaque back. Cons: can still become sticky easily. They're also easier to split than classic. Now let's compare the Coppers to the new Fusion sleeves, which, well, you tell me. Is this the new style or the old? They are kind of flat, but also somewhat curled. I'm going to say these were made using a version of the old method, because they are as tough as the original Dragon Shields. The Fusions have a dark, opaque back as well. I would not describe this as metallic as some have. In fact, I'd describe it as a little cloudy. The Fusions are thick and firm, but prone to stick like most Dragon Shields. And I'd say even more so than the Coppers. The Fusions are difficult to double sleeve with, but it can be done. Again, these are very much like the old style Dragon Shields in this regard as well. Pros: tough, very hard to split, thick, firm sleeve, opaque back. Cons: not as easy to mash shuffle. Double sleeving can be tricky, can become sticky easily. Grade: like the turquoise, I'm going to give the Coppers an A-, although I prefer the Coppers to the turquoise because of the color. I'm going to say A-, B+ for the Fusions. I like that they are tough like old Dragon Shields, but they are just so prone to getting sticky, and shuffling isn't as smooth as it should be, especially when mash shuffling. Still, it's a very high-quality sleeve. Dragon Shield must be on everyone's radar as the sleeve to beat, because Legion has released what is obviously its own attempt at outdoing, or perhaps just redoing, Dragon Shield Premium style sleeves. The Legion Dragon Lair was designed with Commander in mind. It comes with a sturdy cardboard box that even has a handle, life dice capable of starting and exceeding 40 life, and compartments for not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 commander decks. Single-sleeved, of course. Dragon Shield often gets a lot of praise for the handy cardboard box their sleeves come in, and I think Legion is specifically targeting them here. Color me impressed with the setup. Considering the MSRP on this is still only about $10, or what you'd pay for Dragon Shields, they've certainly outdone them as far as packaging and perks are concerned. The problem, sadly, is the sleeves themselves. The Dragon Lair sleeves are just atrocious. They've got a terrible shuffle feel, awful, and I even noticed several of them warping right out of the package. It's a little hard to capture on camera, but the sleeves have actually warped and rippled in such a way that protection is compromised, to say nothing of what something like this does when shuffling. This is not something I'd want to put my precious Commander deck in, or any deck for that matter. The Dragon Lair sleeves will allow for double sleeving, and they are also impressively tough. They don't split, but this is little consolation. It's so strange to me that Legion did not produce these in their double matte style. The textured backs would have looked great with this design. Either way, Legion is a company whose matte sleeves get outstanding marks, but their glossy sleeves are just not passable. Sorry, but as much as I love the setup of the packaging, based on the quality and feel of these sleeves, it's going to have to be a D. Alright, after many delays, the new line of UltraPro Slayer sleeves is finally here. Again, I guess everyone's going after Dragon Shield, because the name Slayer is evocative instantly of dragons. Slayer sleeves, Dragon Slayer, Dragon Shield Slayer. That's not just me who sees this, right? Further evidence that these were made as a response to Dragon Shield is the fact that they too come in boxes, albeit plastic ones, of 100. But are they as tough as Dragon Shield? The Slayers are manufactured not in China, but in the USA. The sleeves have the distinctive UltraPro stamp, and like original Formula Dragon Shields, they have a curve to them. Only their curve is in the opposite direction. Sadly, the Slayers do not allow for double sleeving. I tried in vain to get a deck double sleeved using these, and it couldn't be done. I don't understand if UltraPro is doing this on purpose for some reason, but it is a strong mark against them. Glossy and not matte, the Slayers look cloudy. They remind me very much, in fact, of the Dragon Shield Fusions. But unlike the Fusions, UltraPro Slayers split easily. However, not quite as easily as the typical UltraPro sleeve. Pros: made in the USA. Thicker sleeve can allow for a hard shuffle. Tougher than most UltraPros. Cons: these are glossy and not the preferred UltraPro style matte. Still too easy to split for a premium sleeve. Can't be used for double sleeving. Price is high, comparable to Dragon Shield, but quality is not. Grade: for single sleeving, these are borderline C+, B-. But for double sleeving, which is impossible, obviously these would be an absolute non-passing fail. Still, I'm happy to see UltraPro at least trying something new, especially when what they are trying for is a high-quality premium sleeve. Although I do think they need to try a little harder still. Final conclusions? The coppers impress me most out of this lineup. If you said that I could only use one of these 4 options, including the fusions, my first pick would be the coppers. Here's an overall scorecard of the brands I've reviewed so far and links to the appropriate reviews. I hope this video has been of some help to you. You can help me out by remembering to subscribe, like, share, or just by leaving a comment. And remember, you can't play Magic at Target or Walmart, so whether buying Dragon Shields or UltraPros, always buy your sleeves and accessories at your local game store whenever possible. You're supporting your Magic community.